This weekend I traveled to Oakland, California to pick up my new GAIA camper. Well, new to me at least. It took about 8 hours for me to drive there, and I went from Cottage Grove to Oakland, so it was about an 8-hour drive, and I did it in one day. Took off at 5 a.m. and I got back to Cottage Grove at 2:30 a.m., so pretty tired to say the least. Christian Ramirez is the person who I spoke to, and he's the one helping GAIA sell this camper, so he met up with me, set up the shop to transfer this camper from his Jeep to my Jeep, so shout out to him. Thank you for holding it for me, my man. And these guys at the shop were super helpful. We tried a couple of ways to move it. We did it by hand, we tried 2x4s, but it just bent them and it almost broke, so finally they had to bust out the lift and it worked perfectly. So this video is going to be about me going over my first initial thoughts on the camper, so stick around. What is going on, everybody? My name is Marco and this is Dare to Venture, and in today's video I will be going to walk you guys around to my new camper. It's GAIA and it's for my 2020 Jeep Rubicon. So this is what it looks like with the camper closed on there. There is a little bit of space right there. I'll do another quick walk around here, try to not be as stable as I can. You already know I have the Dare to Venture sticker. Got my Max Track on this side. So that's kind of what that looks like. As a walk around there, let me walk around to the very front. I mean, this just looks aggressive. Here it is on the other side. So here is it, the camper opened up from the back. It's got the rain fly up as well. Let me back up a little bit here so you guys can get a full view of it. And that thing is insanely beautiful. Getting around to the front here. And let me get to the other side. So that is the other side of it. Let me back up just a little more. There you go. It looks a little funky right there because that's actually a zipper. So I don't have it all zipped up all the way because obviously you can't reach that right now. But when you close the when you close that part down, you can zip it so it stays into place on both sides. Pretty cool. GAIA is a company based out of South Korea. They started their company in 2010, I believe, and recently they just made their products available to us here in the US back in 2022. So even though it's a fairly new company here within the US, their campers are actually pretty available to a lot of the manufacturers out there. I'm going to read off to you guys the vehicles that the campers are available for. So obviously the Gladiator 2020 Rubicon, Chevy and GMC Colorado 2015 and newer. It's a Canyon, 5-foot and 6-foot bed it's available for. Ram, it's coming soon for the 1500 5.5-foot bed, coming soon for the 2500 and 3500 6.5-foot bed. For Ford, the F-150 5.5 short bed it's available for. The F-250 and 350 are still in the making. It is available for the Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger in the 5-foot bed. It's available for the Honda Ridgeline as well, 2017 and newer. As I mentioned, the Jeep Gladiator 2020 and above, and Toyota Tacomas. They are available for the 3rd gen, unfortunately not available for the 2nd gen. Maybe that is something they're going to be making here in the near future. So that's available for the Toyota Tacoma 3rd gen in the 5-foot bed and in the 6-foot bed as well. So a couple of reasons as to why I went with GAIA camper versus the competitors. As I was researching them, GAIA and the way it's made is very durable. It is made out of stainless steel, a little bit heavier, but not by much, so it doesn't make a huge difference when you're traveling, camping, or off-roading. Very durable material on this guy. The price point is roughly the same, but what you get for the same price point as everybody else is a lot of the upgraded things that the other brands make you pay for. For example, it comes with the 5mm thick glass, 5mm tempered thick glass in the back here towards the end of the bed, and it also comes with it on the front. A couple, for example, like I think it's Lone Peak and GFC, they make you pay for those additional windows just to have them. Now specifically for the Gladiator, when I reached out to GAIA to inquire about it, they actually already had a couple of them in stock and ready to ship. That is the same case for a lot of the other truck manufacturers for GAIA as well, which is pretty cool. So being readily available, ready to ship, I think people were saying like 4 to 5 days when they got theirs, which is a fairly quick turnaround in comparison to everybody else who's about a 4-month to a year wait times. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this camper up so you guys can see what it looks like, and I'll do a walk around of the camper. And see, that camping or that setup was fairly easy. Took less than 50 seconds. So now I'm going to just kind of show you guys the build quality and how these doors open and what that entails. So it's actually made out of stainless steel. It is a very durable material. Like I said, it's a little bit heavier because of what it's made for, but it is very durable. You can bang this around, you can hit it on rocks, twigs, branches, and it won't damage it. I mean, it's pretty durable. Now, the doors are held on by 2 latches on each side, and they do lock, just like, there, there. And it's gas strut assisted as well, so all you gotta do is just flip it up, and it stays open. Same with the other side. The other feature that I really like about the doors on this camper as well is that it does come with an additional steel bar that goes across there for extra safety and theft measurement. I'm not sure if you guys can see this on the video, but it has 2 steel bars up here as well. It comes with stock handles for each side. Especially if you have it comes handy, especially if you have a taller truck. It makes it easier for you to climb up and set up the camper, or just to get into the bed and get your stuff. So I closed this door back down again because I wanted to show you guys that GAIA does come with a Rotopax and a MaxTrax mount system specifically made by GAIA. It's a MOLLE panel system, so this specific one has the MaxTrax holder, but if you take this off, you have an entire MOLLE system back there, so you can store shovels, propane gas tanks, or whatever else you need for recovery, or just things that you want to store out there. The roof of this tent is actually insulated, so you can keep the heat or the cold that you have inside the tent. So a lot of questions with any types of camper or a tent is how well it seals in and how well it keeps the rain, snow, dust, mud, dirt, outside elements outside of it. And really it just comes down to how you put the weather stripping on the bottom of the tent. So just make sure that everything is covered up here. When you close the tent, there's no fabric hanging out because water and stuff can get in from there. Same with these. So if you have broken seals or there's breaks in between, just make sure that is very limited to keep your tent as dry and dust free and element free as possible. You can't see me down here because my camera's at a weird angle, but it does come with a rain fly. So if it's raining, snowing, it's protected and you have a nice view while you're inside the tent. Now it does come with a third brake light as well, so if you need to comply with the state's law, you need a third brake light or just have another brake light so it's more visible to drivers behind you. Comes with it. So the fabric of this tent is made out of insanely great material as well. This is a handful, so I'm going to read this off, or a mouthful, so I'm going to read this off from GAIA's website. So the rainfly material, it is a 210D ripstop poly Oxford with a PU 3000 millimeter rating, polyurethane waterproof coating, and a UV coating. Fancy stuff. Now the main tent material up there, I'm going to read it off through GAIA's website because it's a mouthful again. Main tent canvas and lower side door and window inserts. 160 gram ripstop breathable poly cotton with a PU 2000 millimeter rating, quotations, polyurethane waterproof coating, as well as a antibacterial treatment. So essentially, they didn't cheap out on the material for the rainfly and for the coating up there. So whatever conditions or environments you're camping in, it is fully protected, and you're fully protected from the elements as well. So going through the back cab is one way to get into the tent and underneath. The other way is it comes with a ladder as well. So you have these two hooks right here, and essentially you've got two locking hooks up there. You guys undo that. See if I can get this to hook. First time. Here. Boom. There it is. So I probably won't be using the ladder as much. I'll be using the back of the cab here. The ladder away. You have these individual latches here. Go up. One more. There.
Mommy, we always have to do.
And this latch is right here, which goes on that. That's it. So I'm going to take you guys inside now and see what it looks like. So I'm 5'11". I'm going to show you what it looks like when I walk in there for the purposes of this part and showing you guys how much room you have. Actually, one of the features of this tent is if you look in there, so that bed has it's gas strut assisted as well on one side. And there is another side up here, the bed that you can put up, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit, but for now I'm going to climb in there. So, as you can see, you have a lot of room in here. If I didn't have a spare tire in here, I would have a lot of room as well. Putting my hands up, I can't even reach the top, so it gives you plenty of room. Even if I stand up here, and I can barely reach it, I can reach it as well. So you can have anything else in here that you need if you're chilling. All right guys, so we're up here now and I have the beds down. So as you can see, there's a lot of room. I believe as far as measurements go, this is about 90 inches from end to end, and about 50 or 55 this way. So it sleeps two very comfortably, maybe with a small kid, but you do have lights up here, which are super cool. That for the power source, you just need a USB. You got two of them up here, and you have these pouches for cell phones. everyday carry store at the end of the night. So now I'm going to show you guys how these beds operate with the other brands. They were pretty cool, but specifically with GAIA, the way it separates really got me. So right here you actually have two separations. Actually, right here you have these metal grates. So if you have a diesel heater, or if you have AC and you have the beds down, there's a way for the air to creep up here and get to the tent area. So super cool. You have these straps right here, and you can actually do a 50-50 split. So if you don't want both of them down, so let's just say your significant other is sleeping, if your kid's sleeping right here, you can just pop that one open, slowly slide down, and you still have access to the cabin. Now if you're by yourself and you want to pop both open, both of them, the purpose of this one, I'm not going to put this one all the way up, otherwise you guys can't see me, or can you? So anyways, I'm going to put this one up just for the video. So that is how you open that. Obviously this one would be open, but for the purposes, actually, can you see me?
Yeah.
Even then?
No.
So that's pretty cool how these beds get put up. It gives you a lot of room in the cabin here. Now for your doors, you have three of them. You have the front, which you're looking at me through. You have the sides here, and you actually have the mosquito nets, and you have the regular window up here, and it zips up just like any other tent would. The nice thing about this one, if you look up here, you actually have a vent. So there's an opening area, so when you have all your doors closed, you don't want condensation, you just want airflow in here. On the outside of it, there's like a little cloth that acts as a rain fly, and so water doesn't get in here, but you have ventilation up here on both sides of the corner, so it gives you fresh air. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. My daughter has been bugging me to play in there because she loves it, and my wife is checking it out as well. So I really hope that I went through enough details for this video to help you guys out on your purchase. If there's anything at all that you think I left out, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section. I would love to answer any of your questions about this tent or this camper. I just want to thank you guys for tuning into this video. I hope that it has helped you. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Consider leaving a like, consider subscribing, and sharing the video as well. So thank you guys for tuning in this far. I will see you in the next one.